Imagine you're a 2-year-old in the back of your dad's car listening to Kerrang radio. Obviously, you don't remember any of the songs, but do you wonder how they might have influenced the music you listen to now? Well, I was, and I've made today's video to kind of explain how I fell in love with rock, metal, and nightcore music alongside other genres, all thanks to those moments listening to the radio I couldn't understand. So, as I said, my childhood involved a lot of journeys in the car, listening to music, mainly songs my mum and dad liked, from the radio station Kerrang. It is British, if you didn't know, it's a British radio station. Kerrang's main thing, for the people who don't know, is rock and metal music, but sometimes they do some indie music. The main point is it subtly influenced me into liking the sounds of rock and metal music, even if I didn't really know what I was listening to. But like anyone, I grew up and eventually I got access to the internet and Netflix. I was about the age of 4, and the main thing I watched at the age was Pokemon XY and XYZ, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon, and Yokai Watch. As you can see, uh, as you can hear really, I had the most goated childhood of all time. However, I'd eventually watch most of the stuff I could get my grubby hands on, and I would start trying to find other ways to find stuff. My first attempt was searching Pokemon X, which I would not recommend, as I would show that POR, yeah, think of popcorn chicken, maybe. I don't know, best way to get around censorship. So, but you can fill it in from there. For Pokemon. It's not very good. It was not very good, especially at the age I was. It didn't really do much. I didn't watch it, so don't worry, guys. I'm not a gooner. But my second attempt was Pokemon Reacts to Ash slash Greninja slash Infernape, which gave me gacha videos where the Pokemon characters such as like Misty and May would react to Ash and his journey, but mainly edits slash AMVs of him, which, was how I got into some songs. And that's the kind of where the next saga begins. I would watch AMVs for hours. I loved them, like genuinely watched them on for hours upon hours. And I would end up listening to songs like Resistance and Monster by Skillet, Centuries and Immortals by Fall Out Boy, even like Partner in Crime and Wolf in Sheep Clothing by Set It Off, were all very key songs that stuck with me for ages, even after I stopped watching AMVs. So yeah, this fairy tale run ends from AMVs as I started to watch storytime YouTubers and animators, such as, Jade Animations, The Odd Ones Out, stuff like that. And I would spend a lot of my time trying to learn some of this stuff. It doesn't mean I'm good though. I'm ass at drawing and I can't animate shit. But many years later after that, in 2021, I would get the opportunity to go to America, the USA in specific, while doing charity work. While there, one of the people would introduce me to Spotify. And when I say this was like the doors of heaven and opening up, it would be an under exaggeration. The same day I spent an entire night adding songs and listening to all of the songs for hours upon hours. After the trip, I would return home and have to create a new Spotify account because for some reason I couldn't access it. And I would do the same thing, add hundreds of songs, like add 100 songs or so. It was great. At the time, there was a top 10. I obviously can't give you in order, but there's Partners in Crime by Set It Off, one of my favourite songs of all time actually. Monster by Skillet, Feel Invincible by Skillet, Centuries by Fall Out Boy, Radioactive by Imagine Dragons was so peak for me for some reason at that time. Wolf in Sheep Clothing by Set It Off, Blood underscore underscore Water, I just call it Blood Water, by Grandson, Why Worry by Set It Off, Immortals by Fall Out Boy, and Resistance by Skillet. Like I said, I have a peak music taste. What can I say? The third saga begins with Femboys of all places. I know it's a crazy way to jump, but at this time, I collapsed to peer pressure and I got TikTok. For some reasons, Femboy popped up on my For You page like crazy. It just made no sense, which led to LGBTQ plus stuff. And then the news, because obviously there are odds with each other, and the news would then fry my For You page. So to reset it, I decided the smartest thing I could do was just search up songs and artists I liked, and eventually it did uncook my For You page. I didn't know at the time you can just reset TikTok For You thing, but it didn't matter because it actually meant that I'd sometimes get song recommendations like Vicious by Bones, Let the World Burn by Chris Gray, I Like the Way You Kiss Me by Artemis, and Cheekbones by Arrow in Action all came top songs for me in 2023 to 2025, with Vicious by Bones having a generational run of being my top song so far since 2023. Other artists that came in randomly were Stim, due to their songs based on Elden Ring. They rarely peak. I think they've been second for very long. Arbor and Tanya, the people who made Baller for Eurovision. And I just really enjoyed Baller, so I listened to more of their songs. And then there's some weird ones, like the one in Trolls 3 that goes, okay, this is going to go bad. Let me take you to a better place. I don't know the rest of the song. Genuinely, the script just goes something, something. And then there's the song from Greatest Showman. Again, it's going to be asked. Don't you want to get away from this uptown party gonna play? Again, I can't sing, bro. And Kyra's version of Stronger Than You, because I just really liked it. And all of this has kind of accumulated to me having hundreds upon hundreds of songs in my Spotify, to a point where I'm actually checking it right now. Is I've got almost 600 songs in my Spotify playlist. Some of the new ones that I really enjoy, that I haven't mentioned in the video or in the script, is Richmond by 3OH, fucking punctuation mark 3. Bang 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 by Euro. I'm Not Made for This by T-Shirts and Sweats. Their music has featured in a couple of my videos. They're great. Hello Juliet by Clarion. What other ones? Eat Your Heart by Tommy and Hatsune Miku. Wild by Dutch Melroys. And there's more. There is more. Drag Path by 21 Pilots is another one that's up there. Stateside by Zara Larsson, that one's up there. Choke by Angel Baby and 2016. High by Magnolia Park. Withered Heart by Blacklight District is something I forgot to mention. I'm actually going to add it in here. Watching the Rainimation Minecraft videos also heavily influenced what I liked. That was around the same time I started watching AMVs. It was peak. But yeah, as you can see, this is how my dad and mum decisions to listen to Kerrang Radio has led to me listening to some of the most peak internet songs of all time. I really hope you've enjoyed watching, and I'd like to see some of you again, but if not, it's whatever. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys, some of you, maybe next time.